Our movie today begins in 1998. We see a little 8-year-old girl named Yoon, who is sent to an orphanage because her father is a drunk and can't raise her properly. The caretaker there tries to comfort her and make her feel at ease, asking what she dreams of becoming in the future. Yoon answers that she wants to be a hero, someone who helps everyone, so that she won't be useless like her father. 20 years later, Yoon has grown up but seems to have lost her grip on reality. She keeps telling people she's an action star, though no one really knows her besides her friends. Still, she's kind-hearted and always helps others without hesitation. All she really wants is to become the main character in a movie, to finally land the leading role, instead of staying among the background wannabe actors she works with. But no one believes she can do it easily. And to be fair, they kind of have a point. One day, she gets a call from a director asking her to come to his office right away. Overjoyed, she rushes there, convinced her big chance has finally come. When she arrives, the director explains that the lead actress had been filming an action scene while drunk, fell down the stairs, and broke her arms. They can't wait for her to heal, so he needs Yoon to perform the action scenes in her place. Even though it will cost a lot in special effects, it's better than halting the film completely. Yoon suggests, half-jokingly, that instead of wasting money on tricks, he could just make her the main actress. It would be easier and cheaper. He laughs and tells her that she's very talented. He's seen her demos and her skill in competitions, but she still can't be the lead. Crushed and disappointed, she goes home feeling weak and broken-hearted, but she still holds on to a tiny spark of hope that someday everything will change. The next morning, she decides to accept the stunt double job anyway. After all, everyone has to start somewhere. Her friend drives her to the filming location, but when they get there, it's completely deserted. She tries to call the director, but there's no signal. She wanders around the place looking for someone, and by coincidence, she finds a small magnetic pendant identical to the one the caretaker gave her 20 years ago when she first arrived at the orphanage. As she brings the two magnets close together, they emit a strange glowing light that makes her dizzy until she faints. When she wakes up, the dust around her sparkles. Before she can understand what's happening, a woman appears and calls her soul killer, introducing herself as Gina, the ruler of the city. It turns out they're being chased by someone, so Gina grabs Yoon and runs. They keep running until they reach a group of bandits robbing people openly, taking taxes by force because no one dares to stop them. Yoon thinks it's all a movie scene and decides to play along. But when the bandits laugh at her and point their weapons, she realizes this might not be an act. Suddenly, a man drags her away to hide. She laughs, thinking it's all still part of the show, and jokes, "This is so realistic. Are we in Hollywood or what?" The man tells her to wake up. He's from her time too. He used to run a YouTube channel called Ghost Hunter, exploring mysterious places. She recognizes him and says, "Oh right. You disappeared 3 years ago. Everyone's been looking for you." He replies, "Yeah, disappeared as in, not in your world anymore. But I'm here. We fell into a parallel world. It looks like ours, but time and events are different. Like Wonderland." Yoon assumes he's drunk or insane because none of it makes sense, and she laughs at him before leaving him in his hideout to go look for cell signal. In the street, she notices a child digging through some junk, but when she approaches him, he runs away. Then suddenly, a sword fight breaks out in the middle of the street. Real blades, real blood. The sky looks strange too, with 3 moons. And the third one, dear viewer, is you watching this video. That's when Yoon finally realizes it's real. She's truly in another world. She asks the YouTuber how to get out, and he gives her a bunch of meaningless philosophical lines about destiny and heroism, when he could have just said, "I don't know." The next morning, the sun shines normally, yet the 2 moons are still visible in the sky. Yoon sees 2 thugs beating up a poor woman who can't pay the newly raised taxes. When one of them tries to attack her, Yoon dodges and fights back, saving the woman, who turns out to be her friend Sue from her original world, though here she has a different past. Before she can process it, the thugs return with reinforcements, but Yoon fights them all like a ninja and wins. The villagers cheer for her and shower her with gifts for saving them. Gina takes Yoon home and explains the situation. There's a gang called the Dragon Clan that drains the life out of the poor, ruling the land through fear and bloodshed. People are fleeing, the village is dying, and soon no one will be left. She tells Yoon the gang will likely try to recruit her because of her fighting skills, and if she refuses, they'll kill her. Yoon remembers her childhood dream of being a hero and thinks maybe she was brought here for a reason, to free these people from oppression. She decides to face the gang leader himself, defeats one of his strongest men with ease, and earns his grudging respect. He offers her loyalty and safety in exchange for submission. She refuses, saying, "Loyalty. Tell your boss to ask me himself instead of sending a kid like you. Show some professionalism in your crime business." Later, she frees the man who had been beaten earlier and returns to the YouTuber Jim, who tells her to remember all her cool moves. They'll make viral videos once they're back in their world. But Yoon is lost in thought, realizing she could never actually kill anyone, only fight them to survive. Just then, a mysterious figure in black appears and tells her a person should live within their limits if they want to live at all. Before he can say more, another man named Sika interrupts, thanking Yoon for sparing his life earlier and swearing loyalty to her. Moments later, Gina rushes in, dragging Yoon to deal with a new crisis. A strange girl speaking an unknown language has arrived, clearly looking for a fight. They lock Yoon and the girl inside to settle things one-on-one. The two duel fiercely until the girl stabs Yoon in the shoulder and mutters something no one understands. Yoon, furious, pulls the dagger out and strikes her in the neck. Meanwhile, the mysterious black-clad man sits with a silent child who stares blankly, leaving us unsure if he's mute, calm, or even real. Back with Yoon, she's lying sick in bed. The village doctor says she's poisoned by the venom of a bell snake and will die unless they brew an antidote using the blood of a 100-year-old turtle. Gina worries. Where will they find that? Suddenly, a man named Philip appears, handing her a small bottle and saying, "There's still hope." Philip was once her father's student and is rumored to have killed him. Gina vows revenge, but Philip denies it, saying her father died on his own and that Yoon's sword isn't even real. It's a prop from a film set. Yoon isn't a soul killer, after all. It's all a misunderstanding. Still, they give Yoon the antidote, and she miraculously recovers. Meanwhile, Philip returns to his gang, where his leader accuses him of betrayal. Gina takes the fake sword to a blacksmith, who confirms it's useless. Can't even kill an ant. At the same time, the gang leader performs dark rituals, magically controlling Yoon's dreams and forcing her to relive her worst memories. Her friend Sue insulting her, her father abandoning her, telling her to kill herself. While this mental torture goes on, Philip stages a coup against his leader, but the old man, kept alive on machines, drains Philip's energy instead and rises again, terrifying his followers. Back in the village, everyone celebrates thinking the evil Lord Tebienso has died. Gina is praised for saving them, though Yoon still feels dizzy and weak. She goes to Jim and asks him to help her return to her world, but he says he's still missing the wooden device that brought him here. It's the only key. Gina, now worried, is comforted by Sika, who tells her not to worry. He confides that he's actually the king of thieves in disguise, but if his people find out, they'll kill him. Yoon laughs, thinking it's a joke, but he's telling the truth. Later, Yoon searches for the wooden relic Jim mentioned, but can't find it. Suddenly, the masked man appears holding it, taunting her, saying she'll always lose as long as she's weak. She draws her sword and challenges him to prove herself. But before the fight escalates, Sika arrives bleeding, telling them Gina is in danger. They rush to the scene to find the town destroyed and Gina missing. Heartbroken, Yoon returns home, staring at her broken sword. The next morning, she's summoned to meet Tae-byun-so. But when his men surround her, she decides to fight them all. She puts up a good fight, but is outnumbered. Just as she's about to die, Sika appears, declaring, "Ganging up on a woman isn't bravery." He and his thieves join the battle, giving Yoon the chance to reach Tae-byun-so's fortress. Inside, she finds the real hero, Young, already confronting Philip. They argue. Philip defends his cruelty, saying the weak don't deserve to live. A fierce duel erupts. Meanwhile, Yoon searches for Gina and finds her wounded and barely alive. Then Philip reappears, boasting that he killed all the weak and dumped their bodies into barrels, that he'll build a new world cleansed of useless people. Yoon interrupts, fed up. "Do you people ever stop giving speeches? Every time I meet someone here, they tell me their life story before fighting. Just draw your sword already and get it over with." They clash violently, and though Philip fights savagely, Yoon kills him in the end. She then wakes Gina, telling her it's time to go home. But on the way, Yoon collapses, her wounds too severe. Jim appears, taking the wooden device from a child who had it, telling Yoon he still has things to do here, but she should like and subscribe when she gets back. Yoon gives her sword to Gina, naming her the new protector of the city. She looks back one last time, strikes the clapperboard, cut, and suddenly she's back in her own world. Her body is fine, no wounds, no pain. Her friend scolds her for disappearing, and the director's yelling for her return. She hugs her tightly, as if she's been gone for years, and walks back to the film set to finally start shooting. And that's where the movie ends. If you made it to the end, don't forget to like the video and leave a nice comment as always. And if it's your first time here, subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming recaps.